Monday morning, people. In central London in tourist season, high tourist season. Today we might hit circa 30 degrees again, so there's a very good chance that the horses will be watered on the video. Having been out of London yesterday, in gloriously English, green and pleasant Oxford, it's a pleasure to be back, folks. And yes, I did pay for my travel, don't worry, I promise. So we're going to walk through the underpass and exit on the phone box side. So right through the underpass. And that will give me a moment to give you the first of the Z horses. Now don't get excited, folks, it's not the one that we saw in the video when lovely Glynis joined me last week. Now, we seem to think that horse is called Zutilis. However, googling around it and spelling it different ways, I can't find a word or any kind of reference, military or otherwise, to a word that looks like or sounds like it's spelled Zutilis. Zutilis or Zutilis. So that one hasn't been officially revealed because we don't know. It's as simple as that. And I hate to kind of drop it on all of you, get you all excited, only for it to transpire that, hey, it's completely wrong. So I'm being really careful. However, I do have one confirmed Z horse, and this is a very curiously named one for several reasons. First of all, the word that they've chosen to name the horse is a Flemish Dutch word. I mean, not curious in itself, I guess, but curious in the fact that the name of the horse, which, and excuse my Dutch Flemish pronunciation, looks to me like Zandvoorde or Zondvoorde. I'm sure that some of you Dutchies will be cracking up at my dreadful pronunciation. But once I get us here to the phone box in almost 27-degree heat, folks, yes, it's that hot, I will read you a little bit of background history on Zandvoorde, and this is why you'll find it curious that they chose this particular name for one of the Z horses, and this is confirmed, a new horse with this name. So on the 30th of October 1914, the village of Zandvoorde, Belgium, was held by the 1st and 2nd Lifeguards, numbering between 300 and 400 men. It was bombarded for over an hour with heavy guns and then taken by the 39th German Division and 3 attached battalions. The whole front of the 3rd Cavalry Division of the Lifeguards was driven back to the Kleine Zilbeke Ridge. The village could not be retaken and remained in German hands until the 28th of September 1918. In other words, during the entire duration of the First World War, that village remained in German hands. I was just about to say Nazi hands, but then I realised I got the wrong war. Remained in German hands. Now that's kind of curious, to be honest. A famous defeat, a Lifeguard defeat. Yet they've chosen that as a name for one of the Z horses, the new intake this year. Yeah. The last sentence is: the Household Cavalry Memorial, unveiled by Lord Hague in May 1924, stands on the south side of the village, that is the village of Zandvoorde, at the place where part of the brigade was annihilated in 1914. So in some respects, I guess you have to admire whoever chose Zandvoorde as a name for the horse, it representing, I mean, I don't know enough, or even close to enough, about the history of the Lifeguards, bearing in mind this precedes the Blues as we know them named now, to know whether this was one of the most heavy defeats the Lifeguards have ever suffered in military history. But, I mean, that's a pretty dramatic thing, to be honest, isn't it? Yeah, many hundreds of men died, and then the Germans who'd taken that village, Belgian village, held onto it for 4 years. So, I mean, I guess it was heavily fought for, but ultimately, certainly at that stage, things are very different, weren't they, in terms of warfare. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the little fashion show, folks, and that's a little bit of history. to start today's show. I will endeavour, whenever I get a Z name, and it could take many, many weeks for them to trickle through, and I want to confirm the spelling of them and obviously try and pronounce it as best as I can. So bear with me, people. That's the first one anyway, and that's a world exclusive. And this chap's just realised that there's no phone in the phone box. Should I accuse him of stealing it? Maybe he can't speak English actually. Maybe he'll get upset and cry. No, that's not a good idea. Let's not make accusations. Unless, of course, they are backed with evidence that would pass intense legal scrutiny in a court of law. So on we go. A very, 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 very hot morning, guys. And it's funny because yesterday in Oxford, it was the same temperature as in London. But trust me, people, worlds apart, okay? So you're at 25, 26 in both cities. Oxford, breezy, light. You know, even the air tastes great. London, ugh. Yeah, I might have to relocate at some point, guys. If one of you would volunteer to kindly, possibly, maybe, drive me up and down the M40 3 or 4 times a week from Oxford to horseguards. We could continue with the content, and I could enjoy my peaceful, somewhat scholarly life back in Oxford. How's about that? Deal? Let's see. Beautiful morning though. I must. Whoops! Almost tripped myself. Almost tripped myself over on the curb and fell on the floor. That would be the second time actually that I've fallen over on my own channel. The first time, famously, for those early viewers, being when I climbed the fence in Hyde Park and fell on the floor during a TikTok live. I must try and find that actually and post it at some point. That was a great moment because I rolled over in front of the camera, which also fell on the floor. A lot of you thought I had parachute training at that point because the roll was so was so well executed. It was just good luck. I promise, no training here at all. I mean, golly, it's super early. We're about 10:45, 10:50. And if it's in the high 20s already, I think we're going to top 30 today. It's really, really sticky and humid in there. SPF 50 hat, folks. I bought a Tilly. Yep, Tilley, Tilly. The world's most famous sun hat, rated at SPF 50. And good lord, does it do a good job of keeping one's massive onion-sized head at a balmy temperature. Okay, so Downing Street on Monday morning. Keep entrance clear. I'm guessing this fellow here hasn't read the sign. But then again, people don't read signs in London, do they, typically? Myself included sometimes. But look at that blue sky above Downing Street, and there is not a cloud in the sky right there. Lovely, isn't it? Really, really nice. Okay, on we go. Whoops. Hey, sorry. Guy almost karate chopped me in the neck. Trying to give directions out. Guys, if you ever hear me like choking and gagging on camera, it's not me doing an impression of events of Saturday night. It's just someone that's either karate chopped me in the throat by mistake, or a hitman has decided to strangle me. Hopefully those things never occur on camera, because I would find it massively difficult to narrate if I'm being strangled. This actually, right now, I think, is the hottest morning of the year. Would not surprise me at all if we see the guards taken off today, the foot guards. Even out the back, when they arrived this morning for the changeover, we're going to see some very, very, very flushed faces. I would try, as I'm early today, to capture all of the events here. In other words, the first arrival and first departure. Lifeguards leaving through the tunnel, obviously. Blues coming in second through the tunnel. Now most of the horses are poking their heads out, and I dare say they've got SPF 50 on as well. Right, it's roughly, give or take, 10-2. So shortly, very shortly, we should see, at least in theory, the first lifeguards emerge to start their merry way out of here. Sort of looking to the guard for acknowledgement. I don't really think he's going to be acknowledging anyone, to be quite honest with you, ladies and gents. Walking right around the lamppost and entering back at the front. So now we're dead on. Let's go and get his big head out of the way. I'm sweating like mad already. Lifeguard is looking pretty chill, in fact, not too flush, but then again, it's smart to keep the horse way back in the box when it's this hot. For the guard's sake, actually, as much as the horse. I can definitely see 30 degrees plus by 1 o'clock if it's this hot this early. Main thing is I've got a water bottle strapped to my front, which is going to definitely empty during the course of this video. Ta-da! I see people saying thanks already this early in the day. Top man. Oh! Wait, hold on a second. She actually just straightened the sign precisely because they would like it to be perfect for their video. I mean, the second time I've ever seen a tourist grabbing the sign and straightening it. I mean, there's no rule here, at least not a written rule. Folks, I'm not sure if anyone else has noticed this. I might be the first channel ever to show you this, but they've changed the wording on the signs. Don't touch the horse. Thank you. Well, well, well. I'm guessing, after all of the publicity that has occurred recently, it would seem... Oh, of course he's leaving the box already. After all the publicity we've seen and heard recently, it would seem that for whatever reason, they've decided to go with the option, the nuclear option, of not allowing anyone to touch the horses anymore. Well, well, well. Now, isn't that unexpected? Now, the thing is, how is that going to be policed? I'll try and ask the police themselves in a minute, in the yard. Right now, let me get away from everyone, because people that film me are crowding or getting close to me, of course, because they want to hear what I'm talking about as usual, which is one thing that super annoys me. Okay, I'm in the yard with nobody listening, because I don't think anyone else even noticed that the signs have been redone. Now, interestingly enough, they haven't actually repainted the signs. It looks like they've either got a sticker or something small to pop over that part of the sign. So, don't touch the reins is out of the window. That's gone. It's now don't touch the horse. Well, well, well. Let's see who else has noticed it. Hello, bro. Where the hell's he going?
Oh, I don't know.
Have you noticed what's new?
No.
No? Oh. If you, eagle-eyed, haven't noticed it, okay, this is good. Right, here they come, folks. Magnificent Northern Irish corporal of horse that we heard on Saturday. Yeah, Irish. One second, folks. Let me go against the throng for a moment. When I spot a police officer who is peacefully unoccupied, one that I know, I will ask, what he thinks about the fact that there's a change. Now it's really interesting because we were here on Saturday and the signs said don't touch the reins. Okay, now let me go up nice and close and get a shot of it. I'm also going to take a picture of this on my other phone. There it is, look. Don't touch the horse. It's going to be really interesting to see how this is placed. Just taking a picture with my other phone. 1 second, guys. Okay, got it nice and cleanly. That is, I think, a world first. Or a world exclusive. This horse doesn't want to play ball this morning. He's had enough. Let's see if he makes it through. I mean, they've only got, actually no, thinking about it, they've got quite a long time. They've got maybe another 20 to 30 minutes. Alright, Blues are arriving. Just seen them coming across the parade ground. Dust is coming up. I'm going to post this new sign right now, guys, so that everyone is aware of it. And this is the first ever Instagram picture of the new sign, I believe. Unless anyone else was here earlier today, which I somehow find hard to believe. Let's do that now, people. 1 second. Title it new sign. Aren't I happy to be eagle-eyed today? Okay, that's just been posted, guys. There is a very, very clear picture on my Instagram of the new sign. Okay, here's the world exclusive. No? Really? I just took a picture from the other front. I'm not joking, I'm not lying, seriously, yeah. See? Even the photographer didn't... But don't say anything, though. See what I mean? Wait, did you actually seriously think it was just that you thought I'd edited the picture?
See how it's stuck over?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, very curious though, the fact they've just stuck a little piece of... as opposed to repainting it. Yeah. Wow, how's about that? Okay, folks. Yeah, nobody noticed. I mean, I guess in some way it's easy to mistake it because it doesn't actually look any different. However, they've stuck something over. The reason that it kind of popped out when I saw it is that the font is not the same size. It's a little bit different. So that is very, very curious, isn't it? 1 second. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Just saw the new sign. What's going to happen if...
You're allowed in.
Sure, it'd be most likely back out and I mean, warning people so having lots of issues.
Yeah.
They can't say they won't be warned now.
That's a good point. But that's it. I mean, is it up to you guys to tell them, or the troop is going to tell
For
them?
the army, that's why they're still able to warn them if they do go round.
And it's going to be an interesting couple of days, isn't it, to be honest?
Unfortunately, people are quite inquisitive. So
Yeah,
they still try and do it.
too many hands now at the same time, massively.
And the difference would be now if someone does touch the horse with the guard too.
This is exactly what I'm wondering, because it's going to take days, if not weeks, for it to filter down among tourists and tour groups. Every single tour guide needs to see the sign before they can even tell their group not to touch the horse. Well. There's another problem as well. It doesn't say anything about touching the reins.
Yes.
You're now allowed to touch the reins according to the sign, but not allowed to touch the horse. How's about that? Strictly speaking, guys, a lawyer could argue there's nothing there that says you're not allowed to touch the reins. Okay, this is interesting. Look at this. Massive, massive number of people, but he did manage to get through them without there being a problem. Here's all the guys filming with multiple cameras. Damn, straight through there, straight through. Oh my goodness gracious me. Wait a second, guys. If I turn the camera slowly so you don't get seasick, this is what the boxman is looking at the moment. This enormous, and really enormous number of people. quite extraordinary, isn't it? But yeah, strictly speaking, nothing here informs the public that they can't touch the reins. Let me get myself to the front, see if we've got Ormonde. I very much doubt we have, but hey, only one way to find out. Okay, that's not Ormonde. That's definitely not Ormonde. That one isn't Ormonde either. Neither's the fourth one, Lady Trooper. She's as hot as me, I can see from her face. And that's not Ormonde either. Stirrups. Riding instructor. Let me get myself way back and out of the way of the gatesman who's coming back to his position. Oh, that was close. Gosh, I forgot how awkward it is to run around when everything starts happening here. Okay, he's back at his post, and now comes a zillion tourists, all going from the front through the yard to the back. Japanese group, this. Gosh. Once they've finished the changeover this morning, there's going to be an absolute deluge, guys. Wait for it. An absolute chocker blocker amount of people will be coming from the back through the tunnel into the yard. I can sense it already. You can kind of get an idea, not only because it's hot and sunny, but because of the sheer massive numbers of people that are already coming from Whitehall, the front, going through the tunnel to the back. Right, let's have a look at this slightly fussy, antsy horse here. I have no idea who this dude is here that's filming. 1 second. Damn, folks, my water bottle's like touching my arm occasionally. It is absolutely red hot in the sunshine. Hope it doesn't explode. Shrapnel all over my pretty face. Ah. Okay, this is wait, is it? Hold on. Oh, by some remarkable good fortune, this is the horse we were talking about, folks.
This call him to experiment for us.
Oh, really? Any idea on this one yet? I was mentioned, or regular viewer, sorry, Glynis, mentioned that apparently Zutulus or Zutulus is the name of this horse. One of the first of the Z's. No idea which one this is. The only one I know so far is a Dutch Flemish one they've named called Zandvoorde, which is curious because that was a lifeguard defeat in the First World War. Wait, 1 second. Is it close to the spelling? Wait, where is it that she wrote it down? Like spelled like that or differently? Can you? Yeah, please respell it for me. What the hell? Wait, what is that? Have you googled it to see what it is? What is that? Zoot? Is that an R? My eyesight's terrible. A-L-O-R. Yeah. Okay, guys. So this horse in front of us is massive beast, who's not in a good mood this morning. Look, he's now sideways on the street. Oh my god! Oh my goodness me! Well, hold on. Let's get back a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Photographer's left. He's had enough. He's like, you know what? It's too dangerous. And you know what? I kind of agree with him. Right, folks. World exclusive again. This horse is Zutulor. Now that would explain why it came across as Zutulus, but it's Zutulor. Oh god! I need to do some research before I announce it. I think I've got the actual correct spelling now. That's a very, very odd one. Wait, let me do it now quickly, guys. Let me stand in front of the horse here. Unlock my phone with no fingerprint and Google it. 1 minute. I mean, this horse is about to leave for at least a few days, so it'd be better if we get it done now. Wait. Massive thanks to the photographer for the heads up on the spelling. Okay, now, first result that comes up is a French translation. I mean, Zoualor or Zutulor means damn them in French. Wait, this has got to be a joke, surely. I'm not sure if the T is silent in French. Is it Zoo? Frenchy speakers? Or is it Zutulor or Zoualor? Sorry, are you French?
Yes.
Wait, how do you pronounce this in French?
Zut alors.
Zut alors. Which means like damn them, or something it means in French. Zut alors.
Sorry, my English is very...
My French is very bad. So this, in French, zut alors. Zut alors.
Le E, en moins, c'est A, not E.
How do you say this yourself in French? Zut alors?
Zut alors.
Oh, so the T as well. Zut alors.
Zut alors.
Okay. This horse is called Zut alors.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's the name of this horse. This is what I was wondering. Funny, no? Zut alors. Hey, thank you guys. Merci beaucoup. Okay, folks, we got a tourist under. That's extremely good fortune. We have French tourists next to us. They've just confirmed Zut alors is the pronunciation of the name of this horse. Now, if that actually does mean damn them, now I don't know if that's. Oh, somebody just smashed equipment in the yard. Trooper just dropped it on the floor. Uh-oh. Let's hope it hasn't been destroyed. That's only like a £78,000 piece of sensitive. Oh, it's going back in now to be fixed. Oh dear. Okay, so myself and Monsieur Zut alors. Wow, that is good luck, isn't it, guys? What are the chances of having a lovely French tourist next to me to confirm the pronunciation of Mr. Alors? Let me find a photographer in a minute, because obviously he's the one that alerted me to the correct spelling. So we were super close. Good job, Glenn. We were super close when you thought Zutulus, because the trooper bending down and trying to say the name Zutulus, Zutulor. I mean, yeah, it's easy to get that mixed up. But we finally, guys, have the ID on this amazing beauty, probably the biggest, most elegant-looking carriagey type horse since the late Indigo, and of course Q10. Q10 is still with us, folks. He was in a video in Hyde Park last week, so it's all good. So Zandvoorde, again, apologies Dutch Flemish people if I'm getting it wrong, and Mr. Amazing Zut alors. Yes, you are, aren't you? Now look, he's looking at me now, guys. He's like, yes, that's my name, well done. I think now he's going to settle down and behave himself. He was just acting up for the attention. Also, look at the camera and shake your head if you're acting up for attention. That's it. Good boy. Oh, off we go again. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. You see how big he is, guys? I can't actually fit even closer the whole horse in the frame when he comes out of the box. Bearing in mind he is a new horse, he's had very, very, very small amount of time in the box. Last week was his first week. Now we've reached the Z horses. Zut alors. In fact, I'm going to give him a nickname, guys, of Mon Dieu. Because he really is quite an epic-sized beast, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, yes. Magnificent horse. And the crowds we're going to see this morning here, after they've finished changing over, are going to be epic. I'm very keen to see if Ormond is in the second group, but I'm not optimistic, guys, and it's going to be a real pity if he's not, because this weekend coming is going to be a Blues and Royals weekend. The tourist over there, the Spanish tourist, seems completely enamoured by ZA. In fact, ZA. In fact, we have a horse called TA, don't we? In the Blues and Royals. Oh, we have. Let me get away. When was this thing? The first ever recorded incident with a new sign of the lifeguard saying no to a tourist who can't touch the horse. How's about that? So the new policy is firmly in effect. People are not allowed to touch the horses anymore. We saw it right there. Well. And just to confirm, guys, it's not some kind of a joke. No one's come along and stuck little patches on it. I'm not having a laugh with all of you. This sign is the new sign. Don't touch the horse. Thank you. And the same at the other end. And they've been so perfectly placed, there is no way on earth that someone's come along and done that to the signs. More importantly, we just saw the trooper shaking her head. Put myself back behind the bollards. Okay, so we're behind the bollards. Right, first two blues horses are coming out. The other end is chaos. There are just so many people. Even this end, look, people are still out posing with the horse. It's okay. Police are now telling everybody to get back. Look.
Excuse me. That way, please.
Oops, girl got in trouble. Right, here we are. First Blues and Royals horse plus trooper with the new sign and new regulations. What is going to happen, guys? Let's watch and see. Oh, it's really good to see this trooper back. Very experienced Blues and Royals trooper, guys. He will not take any nonsense, I promise you. Well, well, well. What a morning it's going to be. So the only people now allowed to touch the King's horses are His Majesty, the Royal Family, and the troopers and farriers. A lot of you have advocated for this. I personally was on the fence. Not my business, not my decision. But you know what? I got no problem with it. If it's better for the welfare of the horses, it's the right decision. It's that simple. And we all know, if we're honest, it's better for the welfare of the horses. Also, hopefully, potentially, arguably, it might well deter a lot of these new idiots that are turning up filming here. I mean, the front and centre, look at it, it's just chaos. Right, 2 new blues horses are in the box. How long is it going to be until we get an overly amorous, touchy-feely tourist? Or, of course, there's another issue we haven't considered. Nothing on the sign says you can't feed the horse. Now, does feeding the horse an apple equal touching the horse? I mean, arguably it does, I would say, from my point of view, because you kind of need to pat the horse, etc., in some kind of way to be able to feed it the apple. Am I right or not? And this is part of the problem. There's nothing here against feeding and nothing here against touching. The reins, the bridle, the boots, blah, 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 blah. So we've still got issues that the sign isn't addressing. The sign should really say, if it were larger and there were more space, do not touch the horse, the trooper, or anything else for that matter. I'm not quite sure she's aware of the 2 ladies that are waiting patiently behind her to get a picture. The lady in the sari to the right. Oh, okay guys, bye-bye. Just looking at the other end actually. That stink here is already unbearable because the horse just did a you-know-what on the floor. Which is now leaking all over the street. Let's have a little wander along. I mean, so we heard from one police officer that it's the responsibility of the army. Of course they will enforce that if requested to do so by the troopers. So the troopers must have been told, I wonder if everyone was quiet this weekend, the troopers must have been told that no one is allowed to touch the horses, and that's the end of it. One second, we've got another army photographer here. Let me see what he thinks about it. What do you think about the new...
I didn't see it.
Yeah, both of them.
Where did it happen though?
I mean, I've just got, I think, called the first instance of somebody saying, can I touch the horse? And the trooper said, no, get back.
Is that what he said?
Shaking your head back. Yeah. That was before the Blues came in. It was a lifeguard that just left. Blues trooper that's on now, Trooper P, he'll be well on it if, I think, if people try and take their neck.
Well, I thought that one, I wouldn't have thought that would have been allowed to strap the horse. That's what I thought all the time they weren't allowed.
Apparently it used to be the case. You're talking to lifeguards 25 years ago, nobody would even dream out of respect of actually putting their hands on the horse, but over time it gradually just became the norm.
Well, they are an animal, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
If
So
you get pissed off, it'd obviously take a chunk out of somebody's arm, wouldn't it?
I think after what happened with some of those Ormond situations, that was enough.
She passed out, didn't she? It wasn't the horse's fault, really, was it?
Arguably, that lady, over dramatic passing out on the street, might well have saved the horses from a lot of mauling.
Yeah, you don't know if it was true. Was it true that she passed out?
I don't know because I wasn't here, but looking at the footage, people seem to think she was a bit of an actress. Yeah, a bit of an actress. But as I said to Charlie, nothing there that says you can't touch the reins. Nothing, because now they've removed can't touch the reins and changed it to can't touch the horse.
Well, they should say don't touch the reins and the horse.
Exactly. So
They should not have only said don't touch the horse.
yeah, I feel a repaint coming on.
Touch the reins as well.
So we had the signs changed last year, changed again this year. They're going to be changed again, aren't they? It's inevitable. I think you have to just say don't touch anything. Basically.
Or there will be another way of doing it. Just put railings around the horse and they won't get near them.
I don't think Westminster would ever allow it. What would happen if when the horses have a massive meltdown and try and run away with their railings and the box is shut? They won't do it. It's too risky. So I think they're going to have to just keep rewording the sign and pray that they get it right.
There'll be a lot of them that won't understand English.
Exactly. So we're kind of back to square one.
There's a word that you can act dumb and you don't understand English.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that do that. They know how to get that, but they don't understand English.
I still think a QR code on both the signs that people could scan to get any translation of the history and the rest of it. But
That costs money.
yeah.
You're
It
saying
does.
about railings, it's dangerous.
Yep.
It's going to cost money. It's going to cost money again by putting those codes on there on each corner.
Yep. It's going to be an interesting few weeks ahead watching how they respond to the idiots. Well, folks. Okay, photographer shots as well, but as he said, and I think all of you would agree, it needs to be more specific. Okay. I personally think the sign needs to be repainted to say, "Dear visitors and Taurons, don't touch a thing." F and then 6 asterisks thing. That would solve the problem. Not only would every single person, when they saw that sign, be like, "Oh my God, look what it says there." They take pictures of it, it will be shared. That would go absolutely viral worldwide. Don't touch the fucking horse. Problem solved. There we are. I've just solved it. HK, if anyone's MOD. I don't want any credit for that. Don't touch anything. Problem solved. Done. Done in a day. With one single repaint. Right. It's 20 past 11. And that's interesting for 2 reasons. One, we'll shortly have the second group of blues coming through, which means we will know if Ormond is coming over today or not. The rest of the lifeguards will be leaving, and then we'll then get to see if anybody's going to touch the horse. Let me go around a little teeny bit, as the crowd seems to have decided to focus their efforts at this end. Let's see what happens if anyone touches this horse. They're staying away from the other end because it's crazy hot. This end, very experienced blues trooper again in the box. Pretty sure he won't take any nonsense if somebody tries to touch his horse. And the interesting thing is all the tourists that are getting pictures here today with the horse and the sign have no clue. They're lucky enough to be the first ever in the world to get pictures with a new sign. Not that they care, but I mean, for us HCAV fanatics and pedants. And yeah, I guess in some respects I am a bit of a pedant. I like making sure that I'm right with the detail and stuff. A little pedantry here and there is not a bad thing, folks, am I right? Feels like we're zoomed in, but we're not. We're in one zoom. I swear this girl was here before. Let me get away from little Miss COVID there on the left. Great, I haven't just got sick. I swear this girl's already been in 15 pictures today on the left. How long is it going to be, guys? I'm guessing when the flood comes, from the tunnel at the back, and there's like 15 hands reaching for the horse, that's when it's going to get really interesting. I think the troopers have probably been told, if it gets busy, if people start to maul, pull the horse right back into the box and tell them all to get back. That's what my money's on, and I'm hoping we'll see that this morning here on camera. Vast numbers arriving on the left. See what happens when they approach the horse. Look. People actually asking if they're allowed to go past. That is super cute and a very Japanese thing actually. Respect. Oh, this bro's on his phone. Just noticed it's a massive horse. Oopsie doopsie. This bro is like, what do you mean I can't touch the horse? Oh, here we go. Ta-da! What a morning actually. I was not expecting to come back after a single day off to have the name of a new horse and, most importantly of all, a new sign. Oh my good lord. How the hell, what about the people that can't understand English? If they touch the horse and the troopers screaming at them, for example, like don't touch the horse or get off the horse or whatever, I mean, everything to play for, I guess, in that respect. And luckily, at the moment, everyone's staying well back from the horse. How long that remains the case, we will see. The first tourist to touch the horse and get massively screamed at is going to be quite the thing to see and hear. Let's plonk ourselves here, guys, for the moment. Luckily, this tour guide is taking the massive group, Italian group around, as opposed to through. Oh, said ciao to the horse. Sorry, no problemo. I wish I was as cool as a cucumber. Like some of these Italians are used to the super crazy Roman heat though, and I'm not. At least not yet. But I guess the way things are going, it's going to be as hot here in London as in Rome by 2035. Come on, tourists, do your thing. Great, now everyone's left. One day, we want a few people to turn up and get close to the horse. The key thing is though, we'll get the second group coming through the tunnel and know 100% if Ormond is here. If Ormond comes in today, there will likely be a part 2. If he doesn't come in, then most likely will not be a part 2. Interesting watching people, kids that are strangling each other. And weirdly enough, the parents do not seem to care. See them all flooding out of the gates, but it's almost like they've realised that they're going to be filmed getting shouted at under the new rules. Bro. So who do we think as well in the comments, okay, for those of you that haven't watched that far, it might never happen actually, even this video might not happen, which will be the first nationality to break the new rules? Guesses in the comments below, guys. French, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, German, Austrian, Swiss, Portuguese, Russian, Ukrainian, American, Canadian, Australian, New Zealander, Fiji. I mean, the list goes on. Let's hope it's not this lovely nun from China. Nope, it wasn't. Imagine that, folks. That would definitely be a bit of a diplomatic incident, wouldn't it? Kingsguard shouts at solemn Chinese nun. Right, lifeguards have left and gone to the back, so the blues will be coming through very soon. And so will the crowd. I'll try to get the dismount cleaner for us in the yard in a few minutes, everybody. Come on, who's going to be the one? My money, okay, and I know this is going to be controversial, and this is solely based on the fact that statistically they form the largest tour group here overall, certainly in the past 2 weeks. I think it will be somebody from China, because when those groups come in, they're the largest groups. The tour guys seem to struggle to contain their groups. That is where my money's at. Right, this last chap, then we'll get in the yard and wait for the blues to come through. Isn't it amazing to see these beautiful horses completely untouched by peasant hands? Uh-oh. 1 second. I mean, it would be the most fun, let's not kid ourselves, folks, if it were some sort of, posh, well-to-do looking English woman. Then the guard would shout at her and she'd say, "Oh my goodness me, I'm so frightfully sorry, my dear fellow. I didn't mean to cause offence." Picking up her straw boater from the ground. Oh, where's the guard? He's here being filmed super close up by these tourists who seem enamoured, in fact, with his perfectly presented uniform. I think the lady on the right in the corner is waiting to ask him for his phone number. Here for a reason, guys. We'll have the blues coming through the tunnel in a minute, and I will dash to the other side quickly to get us a good view of the dismount. Okay, lifeguards have just left. Is it okay to go across? Okay, thank you. They're going to come through any minute, I think, aren't they? Okay, yep, the lifeguards have just left their parade ground, guys. So next up will be the blues and royals coming through the tunnel, and we're in a good spot for the dismount, which, to be honest, is kind of what we're hoping for, strictly speaking. So, am I in your way, guys? Sure. Wait, you want? No, but this is. If that's the best view, then you ladies should be there. Okay, thank you. Right. Hey, they're coming. You're going to miss it. Yeah? Okay, that is not Ormond. Neither is that Ormond. That's not Ormond either. Oh, whoa. That isn't Ormond either. That isn't Ormond either. That's not Ormond. One horse is really not settling down. Sorry for moving the camera quickly, guys. The third horse in. Oh, we have got a lady officer today. Female Blues and Royals officer. What a wonderful thing to see. A massive number of police as well. Okay, here we go for the dismount. I can't quite fit the officer and all of the troopers in, guys. Let's focus on the troopers. Okay, the two blues closest to the camera are both lady guards. In fact, the blues furthest from the camera is also lady guard. So of these 7 we've got here, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 including the officer, 4 are female. Brilliant. 6 troopers dismounting at once. Ready for the clank? So actually, is this the first time I think we've seen a majority blues contingent, a majority female blues contingent? I think it is. Brilliant. And you wait a minute, folks, till I turn that camera and you see how many people are coming through. You're going to be shocked. So no Monsieur Monde, alas, folks. I think they probably put him in the doghouse after my All Monde Destroys Tango Man video. He's been banished. Maybe they've taken him underground, isolated him with the lifeguard horses. Okay, let's turn the camera around. Now the police are out of the way. Get ready for it. Look at this, guys. Me walking backwards from the tunnel to the front gates with a zillion people. This fella's like, let's go. Follow me, chaps and chapesses, for my splendid London tour. Wow, what are the chances that none of these people will touch the horse or try and touch the horse? Basically zero, am I right? In other words, it's almost guaranteed that one of these people will try and touch the horse. The only question is, which end is it going to happen at first? Strictly speaking, this end is going to be the easiest one to film at. The troop at the other end keeps putting the horse back into the box because he's completely in the sunshine. Okay, so let's get ourselves around this massive group and then see what's going to happen. Yikes, crazy numbers. Right, here we are, right in front. I do remember, in fact, this very solemn looking trooper has got a great voice. Let's see if he needs to use it. See, tourists are still getting the same picture, they're still enjoying it, they're still happy, but thus far they're not touching the horse. Okay. Sorry. But it won't last. I'll be shocked if we make it to the end of this video, roughly another 15 minutes give or take, without anyone touching the horse. Genuinely, I'll be shocked. Shocked, surprised, but also delighted. No one, not one single person has tried to touch the horse yet, which is kind of almost a miracle, because almost no one's actually even bothered to look at the sign. So I don't understand it. I think, for the sake of posterity and the history of HCAV, you should be the first person ever to get shouted at touching the King's horse after it's forbidden. What do you think?
Colin, maybe, yeah.
Actually, yeah, damn it, we should have told Colin that the trooper was asking if he'd come and scratch the horse's nose.
He's still out.
That would, yeah, Colin, in fact, getting shouted out would have been perfect. Especially if he sort of jumped back and dropped his camera and it shouted all over the floor. Damn, we missed a little bit of an opportunity there, folks. Someone's going to have to touch it. I mean, come on, there's no way they're not going to touch the horse. Not only that, I like him because if he does let it rip, it's going to be super loud there, this trooper, if he screams at somebody. How many Z names do you know already? Or have you come across? I've only got Zandvoorde, which apparently was a battle that the lifeguards lost in the First World War. And this Zoot, apparently, I also French tourist, he said it's pronounced Zoutelor, which means like damn them. They've called a horse damn them in French. Huh? I don't understand. Interesting choice. Actually, folks, I've just realised if they were going to choose any kind of interesting names beginning with Z, they should have chosen. Oh, she's got a little teddy. They should call a horse Zakroy Rot, because Zakroy Rot in Russian means shut your mouth. How's about that? Zakroy Rot, shut your mouth. Damn it! Why did we not think of suggesting that to the troopers, guys? Not only that, it sounds like a pretty solid name, Zakroy. Horse called Zakroy Rot. The interesting thing is going to be, obviously, tourists are going to have discussions about whether they can or can't touch the horses at the front here. Should I tell them that they are allowed, folks, or that they're not allowed? I'm a little bit on the fence. You're witnessing history, guys, in the making right now. All of these tourists not touching the horse. What a beautiful sight to see. Uh-oh, here we go. What's going on? Oh. Oh. Wait, hold on. Nothing's happening. However, she is a somewhat zany regular, so I'm not really sure that counts. But that was the first person to break the rules. Interesting, eh? She's now patting the horse at the other end, but then again, you know, she is a regular, kind of a familiar face here with the horses, so I don't know if the guards may have given her a pass. We're going to need to wait to see. I think maybe Mr. Deadpool t-shirt could be the first. Oh, she's pretending to touch the horse. Uh-oh. Okay, so, alright. Nothing's going to happen. I was convinced this trooper would shout at somebody if they touched his horse. Maybe the Blues haven't been briefed. Maybe the Blues actually don't know about it because they just arrived. So how would... Okay, maybe if it was... It depends when the signs were changed. If they were changed overnight, last night, there wouldn't have been time to tell the Blues. Only the Kingsguard on duty here, the lifeguards, would have been told, hey, new signs. So I'm wondering if actually the two new Blues and Royals troopers in the boxes don't even know that there are new signs. No idea. The plot thickens, folks. That was the third one, to touch the horse under the rules. Also willing to take suggestions in the comments, guys, which if at any point I'm asked, I will pass on to MOD. What do you think the sign should say? There we are. How's that for a challenge in the comments? I already told you what I think, folks. Don't touch anything is what I think the sign should say. There we go. Someone else happily touching the horse. So obviously the new signs are not quite having the effect one was hoping they would yet. But we did see that lifeguard say no. Actually, wait, was it a lifeguard or was it a new... No, I can't remember. At the other end, the trooper that shook their head and said no. I can't remember if it was the lifeguard when he left or the new Blues troop when he arrived. See, folks, this is what happens when you become an old boy like me. You start to forget things. Oh. Okay, so his whole group are telling him not to touch. I'm blinded by the fuchsia. I cannot believe how cool this trooper is. I've called him the Iceman before because he is not sweating a bit. He's not flushed, he's absolutely chilled,
Bril af, Lenze.
which I can't understand.
Bril af, Lenze.
There's me literally standing here melting
Kijken.
like an ice cream.
Ja.
This dude's got this cute dude has got it down to a T. Ah, fantastic. Now they're having a meltdown. That dude that just posed in the blue shirt, guys, didn't get any pictures. His girlfriend was talking with her friend while he was posing, and now they're arguing about it. Okay, so we know 100% this trooper has not shouted at anyone for touching the horse. Let's finish up at the other end, despite the light being a bit of a problem, and see if the other trooper is going to say anything to anyone about touching his horse. If he doesn't say anything as well, then my money's on the Blues not having been told yet. Lots of people touch the horse. That's what I'm thinking. There's so many touched it without him saying a word. If they did this overnight, only the lifeguards would have found out this morning. So, okay. Ah. Interesting. So you would think that we had that much time. It's now been what, almost 24 hours. That everyone would know, both regiments.
You would have thought they got pleased when they got dismantled off their horse.
100%. Yeah.
They should have got pleased for it. Say, look, if anyone touches the horse, just shout.
Either shout or just run the horse over them. Either way it will solve the problem. But no, but 3 or 4 that end.
And he says, when he was in the army, when he was in the cavalry, he said no one used to shout.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Wow. I've heard so many different sides of it. Some of them say that they've been told not to shout or they don't want to shout anymore because they don't want to be on social media shouting. Others say we just don't want to shout because we're not interested in shouting.
That's always the point that you used to be using it.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
People used to shout. They used to just... They used to have to move out of the way, or else if you get squashed, you get squashed.
It's a respect thing, isn't it? Fundamentally, society's changed too much of that. Almost inter-class respect has gone as well. Got a little bit far toward egalitarianism. There we go. Yeah, look at this. The girl that had her hands all over the horse at that end is the regular that comes along, more than constantly. Oh, okay. He's telling the talk. Good man. God's work. Nice one.
I just didn't see.
No, it's okay. No, I'm not.
Nobody's saying no need for that.
No, it says the jokes were help, but we painted the signs this morning. Oh my god. Wait, what the hell is she having a meltdown about? Is she angry at me or at you? But I didn't even say anything. Oh, but good on you for pointing out to her. Oh my god, seriously? Some super sensitive tourist just had a meltdown, the guys at me. She's like, there's no need for that. No need for what? We didn't even do anything. The photographer, military photographer, just said to her, look, and pointed at the sign. He didn't have a go at her, he wasn't rude, he wasn't disrespectful. And then she had a go at me. What the hell? Right, here comes the first Blues gatesman. Damn, that girl, that woman should have filmed her actually when she had a little meltdown.
I think, have you done it?
Extraordinary.
Did you do it? Did you record it?
Yes, you're on it.
No, did you record that woman?
No, I
Go
did.
at
I mean,
you.
no. I mean, to be fair, she was a bit upset, but I think she got the wrong end of the stick. No one was laughing at her.
Yeah, she didn't even give me a chance to say.
Yeah.
Because the guards don't even know anything about the set.
Ah, so the Blues are not aware yet about
No
it.
one knows. No,
Ah.
look, they've only just come on, haven't they? That's what I'm saying. They should have a briefing. They should have a briefing when they came on to here, saying, look, you're not allowed to. If anyone touches a horse, just have a little shout saying no one's allowed to touch the horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, she had to go at you as well.
I mean, it's been a good couple of weeks since I had tourists in my face having a go at me. But I didn't even say anything. I don't understand it.
Did she get a bit funny with me, didn't she?
Yeah, massively. But hey, you know, some
When I
people
said I
cannot
did
be
it.
helped. Am I right? If they don't want to listen,
And
you
that's
were
it, but
polite. Oh, they're still painting upstairs, painting and decorating. It's interesting they've been doing the inside. I saw a guy rolling at the walls last week, but not the outside. He's up there in the open window. He was painting, in fact, last week.
Well, the windows need painting. They need a bit of
It definitely needs a bit of painting outside, doesn't it? For sure. In fact, I noticed he's really, really hot, like I am. Right, folks. We are going to finish part 1. And there is going to be a part 2 today, simply because it's been an extraordinary morning. I say will be a part 2. I mean, I'll shoot one. Whether it gets published or not is a different matter. But I'll be back, hopefully, shortly. This Gatesman trooper is very smart, in fact. He's in the tunnel. Lots of tourists. No one yet has gone right over to stand next to him, but that's only a matter of time. Oh, here we go. Gosh, they're standing super close to the sword. Finishing up part 1 in a few minutes, guys. He's going to move any moment. Oh, he just nudged the kid out of the way. The kid just touched him. That was a difficult one. It was a touch, but a very, very gentle touch. That's how it's done, folks. And he's off. Oh, the perfect moment for us to finish the video. Damn, that's a lot of people, isn't it? Hell of a lot of people. Oh, there was a nudge. Yeah, there was a nudge. Folks, back soon. If you enjoyed part 1, maybe there'll be a part 2. We'll see. Bye for now.